Conducting our first irrigation test on our tomatoes. So when tomatoes get to be a certain height in the stage of development, you're not supposed to water them with a sprayer anymore. They have oil that's on their leaves. It's what gives them their pungent aroma. And the best way to water them at that stage is to flood irrigate. Only issue is here in Lake City, Arkansas, we have a lot of sand, and it don't hold water very well. So making sure that the tomatoes have plenty of water is vital. But since we can't spray them, we're going to have to let the furrows do the job. I'm trying to see how far this water puddle will reach before we have to move the hose down more. It's looking like that's about the end of the line for that. Let's go ahead and drag this hose this way. Let's see what happens. It's definitely puddling up there. About to make its way to the other side. That's not what I wanted it to do. So let's go ahead and drag it down a little more. Gotta try to keep it in this furrow. This is just a test because normally we'd want to water these when the sun is starting to go down. And it's still nice and bright and warm out. That's a pretty good stream. Let's move it down even more. See what keeps on happening at each interval. Puddled up pretty good down here. Made some pretty good mud trails. It seems like a good low spot. So let's raise that up a bit. Oh, it's going down that way. So I got a high spot in the middle. Put it right there, see what happens. It's all running downhill that way. Yeah, okay, now that's going both ways. That's the question, is how far will the stream make it? before the sand just sucks up the water. Because it could come a really good rain here in Lake City, Arkansas. You have a nice good puddle, and in no time the ground will just suck it dry. A lot of soot and sediment right there. See how the other side's doing. Now, let's see where we have made it here. So with the pressure that we have, the water doesn't make it very far. We're going to have to time the intervals. Probably let the water run for about 5 minutes before we move the hose down more. But it's all pooling up and collecting about right there. We got 7 rows of tomatoes, well over 100 plants. Garden's looking really nice. That's going to do it for this episode of The Pagan Gardener. Until next time, blessed be.